Welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. Let's continue. In today's expression, or not expression, we have three expressions, but the character that we build these expressions with originally starts with a human body part, but eventually it was transferred more. As you can see, it's translated as talon or claw or chicken feet. So it's non-human body parts take over the major meaning. So there is this evolution of meaning on the same character. So 爪 or 爪, there are actually two pronunciations. I guess this character got a little bit complexity or non-linearity of how it would evolve and get into our language paired with other words and carry on different meanings, even different pronunciations. Originally, if you look at this visually, the 2,000 years ago dictionary versus today's simplified traditional is like three stages of Chinese language right there. Look quite similar, right? Except that the contemporary Chinese are quite easy to write versus here, there is a soft turning curve. However, handwriting that gotta have some trained skills to nail it. But just from the visual of it, it means your hand is palm down in palm down position. So basically, the top line here is your palm facing down because you have your fingers below your palm. So it's almost like a side view like this, even if it's not showing all five fingers, it's just three normally, right? So this is how it looks. And this is how Chinese express its palm down hand posture because we have hand palm facing up, which is zhang, is another character that I talked about end of last year. So face up, palm, has a distinctly different, it basically is your hand, but you're upward facing. And we didn't use the same logic to say a hand, but a downward facing. We don't use that way to express. Instead, we use this visual way to show like this is literally your fingers are below your palm. So by that, you can logically deduce this means your hand is, your palm is facing down. So that's our zhua or zhao, the beginning. It's about human figure, hand. But eventually it becomes uh, animal, especially bird. Talon, claw, or chicken feet, they're all the bird, big or small, domestic or wild predator birds. They can all use this zhua or zhao figure. Here, 张牙舞爪. This is the zhao, the second pronunciation there. And that is Talon. Same as 九阴白骨, zhao. Both of them are zhao. So the last one, 炮, 交凤爪, that one is zhua. So just by the sound of it and the meaning of it, I can deduce with three examples, which may not be true because I have a small sample size here, but the zhao means more predator type of hand that's of a big bird. And in fact, the 九阴白骨爪 is one of the fictional Chinese kung fu, which is deadly and was done by I guess a female villain. It got to be female because we have in here, right? In paired with female energy. And nine is the single digit biggest number in single digit domain, and that max out the power level. I guess it's like a super powerful, ultra female power. Nine in, that's what that is. And the baigu, the result of that power is going to get to your bones, bone level. And the baigu immediately evoke this visualization of skeletons that the victim of such nine in female power, which was a figure almost like not exactly witch hunting, but powerful female villain image in a long series of um, Chinese novel written by Jin Yong about, I don't know, 50, 30 years ago, became so popular that every Chinese know about this 九阴白骨爪, even if it's fictional, it was taken as part of the culture, as if it's real. That's the power of fiction, right? And then here we use the claw, even if this is a female hand in this context, but because it's almost like empowered by this hand, almost like a claw like quality that give you, it's not exactly vampire, but it is a deadly female villain and can exert the claw centered injury to you. Okay, so that's 九阴白骨爪. And 张牙舞爪 is you gnaw, snore. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce this. Snarl, teeth, exposing your teeth, right, in a display of threatening. And then 舞 zhao, this wu originally means dance, but from the dance, probably because we have a lot of hand waving motion in dance in classical Chinese. So this dance character eventually got narrow scoped to the hand waving gesture. And so when you are waving your talon as if to show your weapon here, right? So this 张牙舞爪, you can almost imagine I guess a dragon figure because the dragon has a talon as well, and dragon probably has teeth as well. So both teeth and talon, they are the aggressor or the predator's attacking weapon body parts. And so when you're 张 means open the teeth, open the mouth to show, to bear the teeth, which is snarl, right? And when you do that and you wave your talon, it's combined together means you're really aggressively display your aggressive body language. And eventually that expression, of course, we're not talking about animals anymore or predators. 张牙舞爪 eventually means human behavior who is, I guess, taking on some challenging task, and the the posture throughout carrying that task is like overexertion, almost like you're displaying your efforts, you're displaying your tools, either teeth or claws, right? At the weaponry, the toolkit you have, and you're kind of over amplifying those skill sets you have, that whatever you accomplished got diminished by overexertion or too much effort of it. So that's the contemporary meaning of 张牙舞爪. Is, of course, as a Chinese, from this expression, you can almost tell, reverse engineer the point of view of Chinese culture is we want understatement. We want the result, you achieve something looking effortlessly. That's appreciated and encouraged in this culture. If you exert too much efforts to it, to the extent of you show your weaponry like that, show your skill sets like that, put in so much effort and show it to people, that's diminishing of your capacity or capability. Okay, 泡椒凤爪 is pickled spicy chicken feet. I know this dish is a classical Chinese cold dish, kind of an appetizer. Very popular because it's spicy, so it's a kind of appetizer. But it's quite difficult and challenging for a Western palate. Not only the palate, but the visual presentation of you actually chewing on a very bony, chewy chicken feet. That's quite a challenge to some Western diners. So we can see here is 爪. So that's the chicken feet. It's harmless. It's in fact your part of your dish. So it's definitely not at the table, but on the table type of claw or feet. So there we go. 爪 Talon. Thank you for your time. See you another day.